It's not always obvious when and where to take action. So let me help. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is the week after Thanksgiving. Hopefully, you guys had a great Thanksgiving holiday. If you guys watch my content, you know that my channel is mainly for realtors and for potential buyers. At times, I tend to lean a little towards realtor information. Other times, I tend to lean a little towards buyer's information. But today, is strongly for both. I'd like to start off with saying, sometimes in life, you hold off on an action and you wait on that action until you find the perfect time, the perfect fit, even the perfect person. And half the time you're right. But on that same coin, half the time you're wrong. And it's nobody's fault, right? It's life. That's how it goes. And it's essentially how you build experience with those losses or those wins. But you know what's better than experience? Someone else's experience. Someone else who had to learn the hard way, and now with their advice/experience, you can make it right for yourself today. So let me help you with some advice with my experience. And my advice is, let's see the future before it becomes obvious. Let me explain. Right now at this time, rates are high compared to the last 12 years. And with rates being high, it's making homes unaffordable at current purchase prices. So sellers are forced to lower the sales price on their home if they truly want to sell. The common conception going around is that home buyers are going to continue to wait until home prices go down even further. However, there is a huge flaw in this thinking. The Fed is consistently saying that they will continue to raise the Fed funds rate until they have killed inflation. So that's at least 2 more rate hikes in the next 6 months, if not in the next 2 months. And when interest rates go up, bond yields tend to go down. And when bond yields go down, mortgage rates tend to follow. Not to mention that mortgage rates have almost always gone down after we've declared a recession. Those are 2 major reasons to expect for rates to go down. Many are stating that the 10-year Treasury might go as low as 3%. That's what Barry Habib is stating, and he is the country's go-to in predicting mortgage rates. If that happens, you can expect for mortgage rates to go down anywhere from 6% to maybe even as low as 4.75%. That's a game changer. Now, why does this matter though? Because once mortgages or mortgage rates are in the high 5s, the buyer's market will be no more. It'll be a balanced market. That means that the amount of leverage you'll have to negotiate is nothing compared to what you have today. So let's go ahead and go to a calculator that I created. And let me try and explain to you what I'm trying to get across as far as leverage, purchasing power, and why it might be better to purchase today and even maybe a little bit higher purchase price than it would be in the next 4 or 5 months. So right now, let's just assume that this home was going for when they first put this home on the market was going for $500,000, right? And then they're saying, hey, you know what? The realtor is wisely saying $500,000 is too much. Let's go ahead and list it for $475 and let's see where we're at. Okay, so they list it for $475. Well, then you come along and you say, you know what? I'm only going to get that for $450,000. And then they're like, I need to sell. Fine, $50,000 haircut. I'll sell it for $450,000. Fair enough. You sell for $450,000, 5% down. Interest rate in 3 or 4 months, I think it's going to be in the high 5s. I can stand by that pretty strongly. So there goes your mortgage payment, your homeowner insurance, taxes, monthly mortgage insurance. You're getting a mortgage payment of $2,900. Now, here's where I'm talking about with the negotiation. If you guys look right here, closing costs are about $6,500. Do you think that there's anywhere that somebody's like, hey, I've dropped my purchase price for $50,000 and I'm going to pay for your closing costs and give you money to pay that $6,500? It's not going to happen. Not to mention that when rates are in the 5s, everyone's going to come back to the market. So now you're going to have a bunch more buyers and you will want someone to pay for that $6,500. However, person next to you is like, I got the money, I don't need to, I don't care if I waste it, right? But for most of us, we don't want to pay this closing cost if we don't have to, of $6,500. So what do I suggest you do? What I suggest is possibly let's think about buying now, because you have all the leverage. And with all the leverage, we're going to do something called a 2-1 buy down. Now, I'll link the 2-1 buy down up here. If you guys want to know more about it, how it works, watch this video. I got a 2-1 buy down calculator. It'll explain everything. But just to speed things up, a 2-1 buy down is where you ask for the seller to pretty much give you money, and they're going to put money into an escrow account, and that money's going to come out and pay part of your mortgage for the next 2 years. For the first year, we're going to act as if your interest rate is 2% lower than what today's rate is. And let's say today's rate is 6.375 on a conventional loan. I don't know rates. Everyone's rates are different compared to credit scores and down payment and everything. This is just an assumption, 6.375. On a 2-1 buy down, the first year we're going to act as if your interest rate is 4.375. So if your interest rate is 4.375 for the first year, 5% down, base amount. Now you have 4.375. Let's keep going. Mortgage amount, etc. Look at that. For the first year, you're saving $236 a month. Okay, on the mortgage payment. Huge, right? Not to mention, why are we able to get 4.375 as if for the first year 4.375? Because we're asking the seller to contribute 3% towards seller concessions, meaning towards anything you want to do. And in this case, we want to buy the interest rate down, and with the money left over, we want to pay for some of the closing costs. So if closing costs are, this stuff combined, plus the buy down the interest, you add that, but then you get $14,000 from the seller, you're now out of pocket only $2,500 estimate, right? Estimate. So that means by doing it this way, you save real money. You saved $4,000 by doing it this way, and $236 a month on your mortgage payment. Now, again, I strongly believe in the next, let's just say 4 to 8 months, rates are going to be in the mid to low fives. Okay. Now, again, everyone's going to be happy about that, but just know once rates are that low again, you have no negotiation power because there'll be tons of buyers. But with that being said, let's just say I'm wrong and rates are still high. Well, the following year, we're going to act as if your rate is 5.375, and that comes to a mortgage payment of $2,900, which is a little bit more than this. But remember, you'll save $4,000 plus $236 a month for the first year. So there's almost no way you lose. Now, I'm not big on speculation. I've done probably over I want to say at least 3 hours of research on this video. I was comparing the bond market, comparing how, the spread from the yield to the mortgage rate, the mortgage notes. I feel confident in stating that the interest rates will be in the high fives for sure in the next 6 months, and I think probably mid to honestly low fives. So that's why I think that this would be a huge, huge win for you guys to go ahead and say, you know what, I'm going to pull the trigger. I'm going to go ahead and save money in the long run. And once the interest rates come down to where Ruben's assuming they'll come down to, I'm going to negotiate or refinance, my apologies. I'm going to refinance and lock in that rate. So hopefully that was some type of information that was helpful for you guys. I know I kind of went over a lot there. Call me if you have any questions. I'm happy to go as in-depth as you want. I probably should do a video on the Treasury compared to the mortgage note rate, but I think it'll just bore everybody. But either way, hopefully you found this helpful. I'm trying to put out as much value as I can so that these videos are worth watching. And please always remember, you guys already know what's coming. Life is not meant to be, it's meant to create. Too strong.